Luka Doncic is having another unbelievable season, being named to another All-Star team. Not only are his points per game up, but his usage percentage and his minutes per game are also a league high. Combine all that with the fact that he's also top 3 in the NBA in assists. It's no wonder why many are considering him this year's MVP. In this video, we're going to look at 4 things Luka does that make him a one-man offense. For guards, getting into the paint is a great way to create for your teammates, and Doncic does this better than most. No matter what level you're playing at or what defense you're facing, if you're able to get into the paint, the defense gets on high alert. And on this great example against the Boston Celtics, Luka comes off this pick and roll, and as he comes off the pick, he does a great job of slowing down his last steps. And this throws the timing off for Al Horford and Jaylen Brown, creates a window for him to dump off. Because Luka is so good at finding teammates outside the three-point line, take a look at Anthony Black here. He's so afraid of giving up a three, he doesn't do his job of helping on Lively, who's 1 foot from the rim. It makes sense because if you're guarding a shooter, as Doncic hunts the paint, even if you lose sight for 1 second like Banchero does, Doncic is going to find that shooter behind your head. Watching so much of his film, it's almost like a game. When he stops in the paint, I ask myself, okay, who is he going to pass the ball to? And what style of pass is he going to throw right now? Even when teams send multiple bodies at him, he's still able to find a way to get into the paint and create an advantage for his team. Here he manipulates his way through a tight space, uses his vision to freeze the back line, and Derrick Jones has a long closeout that he can attack seamlessly off of one dribble and finish at the rim. Luka is one of the most efficient 2-foot finishers in the league. He uses both of his size and his balance to create angles around the rim. In these examples, you'll see that Luka is rarely sped up, but what he does so well is he'll shed the on-ball defender. So here he plants his left foot last, and he kind of pushes Derrick White under the basket, and then gives a subtle shot fake to see if Jason Tatum will bite, creating enough space to get off this little floater. And it's not just guards. Here he puts a 7-2 bull literally inside the charge circle with his strength, and then steps away just to create enough space to get this to go. As a point guard, being able to stop at the end of your drive deliberately not only gets your defender off of you and creates windows to score, but you'll notice your defender's now out of the play entirely. Having a variety of 2-foot finishes is always beneficial. So like here, he has the advantage, so he uses a power finish. When Luka has a size advantage, like on GP2, he loves to use the spin move. But by far his best 2-foot finish is his step through. Doncic gets Drummond to bite with the step through right here, and here's what makes it so deadly. As Doncic puts this left foot down deliberately, Drummond slides a little bit, and then Doncic steps back, putting weight on his back foot. He gets his eyes to the rim and he keeps his legs bent, causing Drummond to come forward, creating an open lane. The technique of any good step through is to use multiple fakes to create space, then to step in that space.
And here's Luka with the up. One more time, let me give it to you.
There are not many people who read the game as efficiently as Luka does. Take a look at these back-to-back plays to see how. So in this first play, Luka comes off a pick and roll from Dwight Powell. He draws a couple of defenders and then hits Derrick Jones Jr. for a wide open three. But if you run it back and break it down, Luka does so much more reading. When he comes off the step-up pick and roll, Zubac is in a semi-drop, but Luka is looking at Kawhi on the weak side and Harden on the weak side. Notice when Luka gets his eyes up again, Harden has pulled in towards the midline and Kawhi has dropped to guard the low man. Reason why Kawhi takes the low man is because Luka does stuff like this.
The second half, he did not start the game. Lee started at the 2 guard. Skip pass over to Porter.
Luka does this effortlessly, but as soon as Powell rolls, he knows RJ Barrett's going to lean in just a little bit to tag, and that leaves just enough time to hit Porzingis for a 3. So, being the smart defender that he is, that's why Kawhi Leonard is so cognizant of taking the low man away, which leaves a wide open 3 for Derrick Jones Jr. All great point guards know the defense is always wrong. So that's play 1. Play 2, Luka comes off a high pick and roll and leaps in the air and finds Lively the roller for a dunk. Normally when Luka elevates, that means he's going to hit the shooter on the shakeup. But here he elevates, sees Kawhi is trying to read his pass, and hits the roller who rolls into space. Perfection. Luka will read the defense until the very last moment and find shooters. He'll use his eyes to create windows for lobs. He reads the game at such a high level. Let's take a look at how Luka Doncic is able to use deceleration at the end of his drives to get layups and find teammates. Here's a great example against a big like Robert Williams. So what happens is Luka gets Robert on the side of his body. So once he's able to go from right to left and then between back to his right, he now has Robert Williams on his side. Once he has him there, he keeps him there for the whole possession, punctuating that drive with a slow right foot and then left foot finish. In this almost identical possession against a more athletic Kenyon Martin Jr., Luka goes right to left and then between, gets Martin on the left side of his body, but then uses that slow step to get Martin to leave his feet, drawing an and one. Luka will use these slow steps when the defense is in front of the body to create space. He'll use them when the defense is on the side of the body to get a bump and get separation. He's now even decelerating at the end of his drives to find teammates.
Doncic with a wild pass out to Green, who hits
With a good hand on the ball. Dislodged it on the Niang drive. And a fabulous pass, and it's Rinks and Reed. Williams driving around Reed, kick out Luka. He'll drive it through the defense. Late drop off to Williams.
And as we run this clip back, I love how Luka is able to catch the ball and attack the closeout from Anderson, and then uses a nice long, slow step on his right foot. And as he freezes, he gets 3 bigs to elevate with him, creating a nice wide open pass to a teammate for a layup. So there you have it. Luka can seemingly get into the painted area at will when he wants to. When he gets there, he's so good at playing off of 2 feet. With his size and speed, he creates a ton of advantages for himself. If the defense forces him to play off 1 foot, he's so good at decelerating that he can also create windows. And if defense sends another body, he's one of the best passers the league has ever seen. It's this combination of size, balance, vision, and scoring that make him a one-man offense.